US Trade Representative Jamieson Greer will travel to New Delhi, India to meet with the Minister of Commerce and Industry of India and the Piyush Goyal and other senior Indian officials. The agenda is to discuss the historic United States-India joint statement and the interim agreement as part of the broader US-India bilateral trade agreement negotiations and launched by US President Donald Trump and Prime Minister Narendra Modi on February 13, 2025. So all eyes on what exactly the negotiations, what will be revealed. But meanwhile, joining me on the telecast is my colleague Brian Thomas. Brian, what exactly you're getting to know in terms of the trade deal negotiation now? Jamieson Greer is also set to meet with Piyush Goyal and discuss regarding this US-India trade deal and the larger context of the bilateral agreement.
Well, clearly, Ria, all looks very hopeful at this point of time, and optimism is also at its peak when clearly the US-India trade deal is also taking new shape. And now, yes, clearly the US Trade Representative Jamieson Greer will be traveling to India this week for high-level meetings with Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal and other senior Indian officials as both countries seek to even advance the negotiation on the bilateral trade agreement. Not only that, the discussions are expected to focus on the implementation, the commitment outlined in the historic US-India joint statement and interim agreement framework while addressing market access, tariffs, non-tariff barriers, custom facilitation, investment promotion and economic security cooperation. Very importantly, following his India visit, Greer will also be traveling to Uzbekistan for meeting with President Shavkat Mirziyoyev, head of the presidential administration Saida Mirziyoyeva, and even Deputy Prime Minister Jamshid Khojabev to discuss bilateral economic cooperation. But clearly, if we talk about Delhi, this visit is extremely important as of now because both New Delhi and Washington will be entering a new final phase of negotiations with both sides aiming to conclude the first tranche of the trade deal in the near future. Yes.
Brian, when we talk about the trade deal, one of the key point of discussion can also be about the tariff that US has imposed on several countries, which includes India as well. In terms of that, what exactly you're getting to know in terms of the negotiation, what exactly is India proposing?
Well, not just tariffs specifically. There's going to be an array of conversation. Tariff will be just maybe a part of it, but still it's not confirmed if the tariff will be a point of the conversation. But again, if we talk about the trade agreement, it will address market access, tariff, non-tariff barriers, the customer facilitation. There would be conversations about investment promotion, and not only that, there would be a special focus on economic security cooperation in between the two nations. Yes.
And another point to be noted, Brian, is about the Russian oil as well. In terms of the sanctions, what exactly are the red lines that India has drawn in terms of this trade agreement, that these are the points, especially like when we talk about oil, we talk about agriculture, what are the red lines that India has drawn in front of US?
Very clearly, as of now, we talk about the red lines of India has been drawing. Clearly, ahead of the visit also, there would be discussions are clearly expected to include energy security, India's purchase of Russian crude oil, an issue that has remained sensitive aspect of the broader India-US trade relationship. Very importantly, US officials have also previously urged India to reduce its dependence on discounted Russian oil and increase energy imports from the US. Greer also has publicly stated that India has made progress in reducing Russian crude purchases, while emphasizing that Washington could like to see further diversification of India's energy basket. And however, India has consistently maintained that its energy procurement decisions are guided by national interest, affordability, energy security and market conditions, and their position also remains that it will continue sourcing oil from whichever supply offers the best combination of price, reliability and supply security.
All right, Brian, stay on with me. I also have with me Rajat Mishra, economist, joining me on the telecast. Good morning, Rajat. In terms of the trade deal, now Jamieson Greer is set to meet Piyush Goyal. What exactly, in your assessment, are the key expectations from this? Do you think there is a positive outcome that could be seen? India has drawn red lines in terms of several sectors, whether it's agriculture, but there are still points that are, in a way, a thorn as well. There is Russian oil, there is as well tariff as well, there is agriculture. What do you think could be the outcome of these negotiations?
Good morning and thank you. See, there are multiple aspects of it, and definitely the geopolitics and the local politics of both the countries are going to make a very good play here. So I see positive signs because we have seen how the things have been in USA, and because of that, in the Middle East area and overall in the global world. Now, Trump needs some good wins, that is for sure, because this particular Iran MOU is also going to bite them a little bit. And for that positive news for their domestic audience before midterm, I think India can be a very good market. And for that, even on agriculture and other aspects, Trump would prefer a deal. So this particular visit, in my opinion, is going to be a little bit positive from earlier visits, more positive in that sense. And India also, because of right now the challenges of monsoon and other things, agriculture is going to play maybe a challenging part because both the parties are going to require some wins from their end. But all other issues, be it tariff, be it oil, I don't think that is going to make a very big challenge because they will soon get resolved. India is buying American oil. It has increased its share, and in that aspect, it has been win for USA as well. And we will require more oil in coming months. In that situation, I think India will prefer that we get better tariff deals, we get better market access of many of our products. Same goes for USA. And the thing is, we have already provided them concessions on our import duties, and that is going on for last year itself, from our last year's budget. So in this particular scenario,
right.
in my opinion, yeah, it is going to be a positive deal. We can expect something big soon.
All right, Rajat, unfortunately, we have more news to cover. But thank you so much for joining me on the telecast and your input on that story. But meanwhile, more news coming in. The US and Iran have made progress during talks in Switzerland toward reaching a final deal within